Hey guys, Two Blue Fred here. We are going to install a warm and safe heated trawler with dual controls for heated gear. But today we're going to install this device on the Phantom Blue Road Glide, and we're going to walk you through that process. To get started, we're going to remove this saddlebag and this cover so we can get to the 50 amp fuse. We're messing with the electrical system, so we want to grab that 50 amp fuse and get it out and make sure we don't blow anything up. All right. Your 50 amp fuse right here, grab hold of it, yank it out. So we're doing this one a little bit different than we did the Zephyr Blue. It has to deal with these controllers being a little bit bigger and harder to maneuver into that space up by the switch. And then the knobs are truly bigger as well. So between those two things, we've decided to put these controllers on a different location on the Phantom Blue than we did on the Zephyr Blue. All right, so what we're gonna do is we've got a piece of tape down here and we've got a couple of dots. That's where we're gonna put the knobs. So these little guys right here will be right there. The plugs will just dangle right here out from underneath the seat. We're going to remove this existing heated gear plug and we're going to add these two right there. And then the main controller piece is going to go right here in front of the battery. And then the excess cables, because these are pretty long, we're going to spool up, and there's a space right here in front of this hydraulic pump, which is for the brakes, and we're going to put the cables right here. To get this black piece off, it's a 7/16. We're going to use the box end size. There are two nuts underneath there. All we're going to do is we're just going to get those off, and then this plastic piece is going to come right off. It's got a little clip right here that one of the spark plug cables was going through. Just snaps in there, comes off, real easy. We're going to go do some drilling. Looks like we're going to run into the exact same problem we had on the Zephyr. We've got this guy in here. You can see the back, you can see the front, but you see we've got virtually no threads to get a hold of. Just like we did on the Zephyr, we've got this little spacer nut. So we're going to have to drill the hole bigger to get this sleeve through the plastic, but that'll hold it in, and then we'll put our knob on top of it. So we're going to do the exact same thing that we had to do on the Zephyr. And now you see, nice and flush right there, and our board will go right in there, and then when we get to it, our knob will go right on top. Has an LED right there. So we're going to go ahead and drill a hole for the LED. So you see it's going to line up pretty good right there. We'll make that hole a little bit bigger and we'll be good to go. And we put that there. We put that there. And you can see just like that. And we get the tape off. It's not going to poke through a lot, but if you're looking at the bike and you're walking away, you can see real quick that your gear is on. We feel pretty good about this. We're going to go ahead and get the next set of holes drilled for the other control that's a little further down. So we've got the second main hole drilled. Do a dry fit on our sleeve nut. Everything looks good. Get it into the same basic vicinity. Looks like everything's going to line up. We're going to take the tape off. We're going to get these fitted in. We're not going to tighten them up a lot because we've still got to run the cables through the bike. So when we get it over to reinstall it on the bike, we'll permanently mount this and re-secure it. We're going to go ahead and string these wires and get the main controller in place, at least mostly, so that we can run these wires through and get them attached to our black piece, which we finished drilling, got all the tape off. Looks pretty good. You'll remember what we said. We're going to run our excess into this spot right here. So I've gone ahead and I've started to pull that over there so it's out of my way a little bit. Then I'm going to start fishing wires through over here. Going to be a little gingerly. I mean, we are dealing with a printed circuit board that we don't want to mess up. Going at it a little slow. I'm going to try to get a good camera angle, but if you can see what we did, we ran it right through there. And now, right here where this black piece is, are our control knobs. We're going to go ahead and grab our two heated gear wires, and we're going to kind of lay them in a little bit, and we're going to dress those up a little bit, but the goal is to kind of have them at the same length as the other two wires. So we'll dress that all up and make that nice and neat with some zip ties. And then the last thing that we have to do, and we're going to get to this as well, is we got to connect it up to the battery. Remember our little notchy poo here? Get our little spark plug cable in there. Right there. Right. And I think that's just to add some additional weatherproofing, and then the knob will go right on top of that. And there you have it, guys. All we got left is to put the knobs on them. Maybe put a little dab of sealant right here against the LED, just as to act as some glue. There's a cable bundle right here that I'm just going to go ahead and zip tie it to, cinch it a little bit. I've got to tie in the battery cables. So you have to disconnect this this gray and this black one, and then you just pull these little Christmas tree connector T40 driver, and I'm going to go ahead and just pull these here out. Okay, it's a little bit of a game of Tetris, but we got it out. So we've got the negative, the ground cable all disconnected from the battery, so it's nice and clear. We've got the positive terminal exposed. We're going to hook up our positive wire right here. I'm going to tighten everything up on the positive side. Our ground cable for the heated gear. Reinstall plastic cover of pain in the ass. And if you'll notice, since we are pulling power straight off the battery, you can see your LEDs are already working. Our next step is we're going to apply a little bit of sealant to the back side and then put the LED through. And I want to make sure that good transference. So, and we're going to take this and we're going to put the LED in the hole. We're going to do the same thing to the other one. We've got the second one glooped up. A little bit of sealant. Our last step on this part, at least, is just to get those nuts back in here. We're going to go ahead and reinstall the plastic parts.
So standing here, I like it. The deal really came down to I either spent another $120 to get the Gerbing controller to put up on the dash, or I use the controller I already had and make concessions to use it. And I voted to use concessions. So I think I can work with it easily enough. We'll see.
So guys, you got some just some set screws right here. You don't have to get real aggressive on those. I did that on the one that I installed on the Gull Ring, and I managed to tear up the set screw.
These will come up and plug into your gear, and you can control them here.
So guys, this is 2 blue thread. This is an alternate installation method of a heated gear controller on the 2017 Road Glide. This installation should really work on any of the Rushmore style Harleys, the 2014s and above. There should be no reason that this installation wouldn't work on any of those bikes. If you have any questions, feel free to leave us a comment. Be happy to answer those. Check us out on Facebook. We got a new Facebook page. It's Facebook/2BlueFred. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Our subscriber numbers are getting up. We're going to have a special event for our 100 subscriber count, but we're trying to build the channel, so please subscribe. That helps us out a lot. Give us a thumbs up, ring the bell so you'll be notified of brand new content. This is 2BlueFred. As always, freaking ride every day.